A fair observer video to stimulate debate. Western democracies have long claimed to represent the ideal form of government. Elected by the people, their policies and laws should quite naturally reflect an overriding commitment to the safety and prosperity of their citizens. But lately, we have seen a troubling trend, an escalating involvement in foreign conflicts motivated by obscurely defined interests and focused on poorly articulated goals. Although wars may sometimes seem inevitable in democracies that enshrine the principle of seeking ways to balance conflicting interests, people naturally lean towards diplomacy over war. Yet, our governments readily commit to conflicts, most often without even attempting to consult their citizens or bothering to articulate a clear path to peace. Why is this happening? One obvious factor is the deep and largely unaccountable intertwining of military investment with our supposedly democratic political and economic systems. Military spending seems convenient. It drives job creation and technological advancement. For many politicians, it also opens up financial and career opportunities. Defense contractors function as ideal sources of funding for their campaigns. After their terms, many transition into lucrative positions within the very industries they once regulated or funded. This creates a cycle where almost imperceptibly the interests of the military-industrial complex are prioritized over the voices of the people. But war is not just a financial game. History has shown us how easily conflicts can escalate into full-blown catastrophes. From World War I to the Vietnam War, and more recent interventions in Ukraine and the Middle East, the initial belief in a quick, controlled action often spirals into prolonged, devastating warfare. While some leaders believe they can manage the extension of a conflict, fatal escalation can happen swiftly, leading to devastating consequences. In today's interconnected world, a conflict in one region can quickly have global repercussions. The belief that we can control these outcomes is naive and dangerously misleading. As citizens of democracies, it's crucial that we remain vigilant, but that isn't easy. Our media often prefer the dramatic narratives that frame conflicts as the unquestioned commitment to a noble cause in the defense of some abstract virtue, sometimes presented even as a divine command. Citizens must critically analyze the drama the media present, avoiding simplistic terms of good versus evil. We must demand transparency and accountability not just from our leaders but also the media, tempted to comply with the authorities that license their activity and generously offer access to their official narratives. By seeking to be truly informed, questioning stated motives, and advocating the effort to hammer out peaceful resolutions, we can steer our democracies back toward their foundational responsibilities, ensuring our safety and creating prosperity. Together, we can remind our leaders that in a true democracy, they should be responsive to real needs of the people, their security and prosperity. We can begin by daring to ask some simple questions. Why should we ever accept the notion that a destructive war should continue because negotiations would be tantamount to accepting defeat? How can we believe in this nuclear age that any form of escalation we think may give us that critical advantage to turn the tide won't instead be the trigger for nuclear war? And most importantly, have we made the effort to discover who may be profiting from war, its prolongation, or its escalation? Our legacy media will not help us with that. We need to help ourselves. We won't know the answers if we don't ask these questions, and even if we do, the answers might be hidden from us. But if we believe democracy can live up to its ideals, we must ask these and other probing questions and at the same time insist that our politicians and media show themselves capable of making a sincere effort to answer them.
Join the conversation at Fair Observer and subscribe to our YouTube channel.